Friday, we're seeing a little weakness into the close here. This is from the newsletter. This is Crypto Coin Engine. Got a breakout. Our target's 210. What page is that on? Page 6. So, if you go over to the Peters Report, I'm still fucking around with this. I don't have my other stand on Twitter here, so I apologize. So we're just playing with it, man, so I can get used to looking at it. So I apologize in advance. Oh, let's move the microphone. It's getting too goddamn complicated. We're looking at the S&P. The S&P attempted a breakout yesterday. Not unusual. I mean, it's a Friday. We're pulling back. Still attempted stage 2 breakout here. I would not be looking to get bearish. I don't quite understand the breakout, to be honest. I mean, I don't get it, but that's not how I roll. I play the hand that I'm dealt. And if price is wanting to break above this 20-day moving average, that tells me it wants to go higher. And from a lower position that it does it, the better. As far as, overall swinging, if we're swing trading, even if we're investing. I mean, there's a lot of ways to approach the money flow. So this is Engine. I've been wanting to incorporate a little more crypto in it. What was that? Newsletter, page 6. I've been breaking this down. And if you go to the podcast, I do have a little 3 or 4 minute thing where I talk about the coin. Now, obviously I'm trading a lot of other coins, but if you've never traded crypto, it's a very easy way to get in there and just follow along. And it's cheap, man. It's $1.60. You could buy $20. Like, you ain't got to kill yourself. I watched that Generation Gambling, man. These people playing for some big stakes. What's the rush? What's the rush, man? That one kid, he made $2 million on a crypto coin. Did you see that? Bought that red Corvette. Yeah, but he couldn't spend it fast enough. Fucking dummy. I mean, seriously. I get it. He's using it for his YouTube channel. I guess nobody let him know it. You could have bought an apartment building, dude. At his age, oh my God. You hold off spending on dumb shit at a young age when you're in your 30s and 40s, you're rich as fuck. So, and not little baby rich either. Rich, like really rich. So, if this breakout continues, we're going to expect the S&P to run up to about 40, 45, 30, right around in there. It's Friday. I imagine you got people covering for the weekend. Look, everything's starting to roll over, man. So it's bullish. So that's the win. The win is, I got to assume from here, as we roll the dice, as we receive our cards, I got to assume it's to the upside. That's what I'm assuming. That's my bets. So some stocks that I was looking at adding to TDOC this week. Added a little bit here. Coming off the bottom. It's back into this supply zone. Super bullish, man. This rarely happens, and when you see it, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but when you see where price, it come right into that same zone, man. Bam, right there. He said, I'd be okay with baby rich. Yeah, I know, I'm not complaining. It's like one time I'm listening to Grant Cardone, he's like, $1 million ain't shit. I'm like, well, you can hand me all the $1 million you don't want, then. It's a lot of money. I get it. You're not flying around in a jet, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of trading. I wish I could trade $1 million. Now, I have $1 million in the market, but a lot of it's, technically not being, well, I guess it is being traded. But this supply zone here, when price broke it, that was super bearish, right? And then to turn right around and come back into it, and you get those 3 points, these are going to be some of the biggest moves you have, man. Obviously not without certainty. We're seeing the moving averages start to come together. It's still sloping down. So what does that tell me? There's no rush, man. No rush. Just take your time. Buy a share. Buy 2 shares. Whatever. I don't know your budget. Maybe you got $1 million. You buy 1,000 shares. I don't know. But you want to drip add this position. This is how you're going to add them. And our goal is we're trying to get back up in here in this 170 range. But we need these type of stocks to catch a move, you know. So we'll see if this is the bottom. We saw Zillow. It looked like it was possibly. And if the SPY is going to go higher. Look, it broke above. And now it's following the market coming back. Now it's done this before. Let's play with our emotions for a minute. This Zillow trade. I know my man Chris got a big position on. Look at that. Said he's trying to buy a Rolls Royce or something. Where's that going? Here and here. So you swing traders are probably trying to catch this. So you're trying to catch it like an $18 move. That's your move. You're swing trading, that's your move. That's how you set this trade up. There's your first buy, there's your stop. You're adding today with a target of right here. Like, there you go. You mapped out the trade. Now go sit down. That's it. It's done. Took 5 seconds. You can do that if this thing is of more value. And so this is one of the things you want to pay for, right? Like, you want some services that can help you fund. You know, there's lots of different places, man. Don't just use free shit. I use free stuff too, but you know, you got stuff like Seeking Alpha and Zero Hedge. And there's all these sites that are just fucking negative, man. They're just negative people. They're just negative all the time. All it is negative news. I don't know if you know this. It's never been perfect. Like, since the day I've been alive and been in the stock market, there's been political problems, rumors of wars and wars. We're going to run out of this. This fucking person's crazy. This is going to kill you. Like, I've heard this my whole adult life. And I get it. Sometimes it's correct, but I can't live around on that. So I'm looking for the positives. You know, I get an Uber and I'm like, you busy? And he's like, oh yeah. Okay, good. That's all I need to hear. Then we could go read the books and look at the charts, right? We don't need to come at it from a negative perspective, but as a positive perspective, looking for opportunities, not looking for reasons to get out. So these are our opportunity zones, right? 110, 122 on Zillow. You know, what do you think that's worth? So as a swing trader, you got to listen, if you can't take a loss quickly, you're not a fucking trader. That's not trading. Like, in traditional sense that most people think of trading, like, you got to be able to take that and move on. That's part of the game. If you're position trading, you don't have to do that. Like, if you ultimately think value is what wins out, then you could adjust how you do it, man. You could handle the money flow a little different. But that's all about, you know, you gotta put some time in studying on that, man. Figure out who you are, what you are. You know, some people, they can't even hold Bitcoin. It's gone up every year fucking forever, and they still can't hold it. I mean, you can show them, hey man, every 3-year period, it's like gone up 400%. They still can't hold it. So check in on Bitcoin. Fully anticipate Bitcoin stopping here. You know, doesn't have to stop here, but, you know, we're getting on the higher end of the thing. It can run hot. Bitcoin can run hot for a minute. But even over here, like when you see it hit hot, it pauses for a second, comes back, right? Hits hot, what's it do? Pauses for a second, comes back. What does it do? Right? Each time until finally it broke over here, right? But that's how tops are made, man. You know, they take a second to form, and then they start to roll over, man. Right? This is a brand new breakout. This little sell-off here didn't last long, man. It immediately, and so you hear me talk about all the time, you got to look for the boxes. Every time this thing prints a candle, I'm looking to draw a box. Look, we got a box forming. And some of you guys are like, what do you mean? It's going to 100,000. Maybe not this money flow, man. You better understand the money flow, man. And money flow is not about it goes straight fucking up to some target. That's not it. The money flow is price flows in a pattern, gives 2 fucks where you bought it. Nobody gives a shit. That has nothing to do with price movement. Where you bought it, nobody on earth cares but you. Like this, Bitcoin's going to move. We don't care what you think. Well, I think nobody gives a shit. It doesn't. The stock doesn't. Nobody in the stock market cares. A lot of YouTubers think people care, but they don't. You get what I'm saying? So if you bought it the first time up here, me and you both could be watching it, and I'm like watching it like maybe like I'm at a level where I'm like, man, I need this shit to come back. Like we needed to come back into support. Like maybe I'm thinking that, and the guy's buying up here, that would stop him out. How could we both be looking at the same thing? Different perspectives, right? So when you start thinking you've decided, you've figured out what everyone on planet fucking Earth is thinking. Oh, they all gonna do this. Oh, are they? You figured it out. You're what would that be? Omnipotent? What is it now? Omnipresent? What would that be? Omniscient. Let's hope it dips below 40K before it does. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's look at he wants to talk about the Chinese. NIO, man. Let's look at the Oriental Tesla. Tesla of the Orient. Yeah. I mean, it's the same shit as Zillow, bro. Look, we've tried multiple times to break. It's locked in a downtrend. One of them becomes legit. It stopped here before, right? Check. Yep, bullish. I'm playing this with the yin. YINN. Same trade, same looking picture stock. I like it. It's alright. He says, what with about Bitcoin? Let's see. Slayer. We should have opened with Slayer. All right. So that's NIO. It's the same as all the others. Where's Baba? Everybody's excited. It went up $8. Charlie Munger's buying. Straight breakout. Look. Right there. Now, this is one of those gray areas. It totally skipped building a box, man. It went from here to a breakout. So what do you do then? You run that risk. You got to buy it. This is a V bottom. Look, it just bottomed. It didn't really build a box. It jumped right out of it. I mean, there was where you're looking for in it. And this is Baba. It just went straight. So boom, you buy it. I mean, if you're trading this stock, yesterday's when you buy. That's a breakout. It's going against the sloping 20. So guess what's going to happen? It's going to stop for a minute. It's going to start building a base. It's going to be bad news. It's going to turn sideways. Fuck, Munger will buy more. And then this shit will start. If it's going to run, it's going to run, man. It's going to hit, up here. And then it'll pause up here. Then it'll go up here. As each one hits, if you're position trading it, take it down. Everything's normal money flow, sir. It just is the flow. Let's see, Prague. Come on, man. What did you say? He's getting smashed. He's down 5%. Prague moved 20% in a day. That ain't shit. It's barely moving, man. I know you ain't read my book. You come, man, all fucked up. Is price above the 20 or below the 20? It's above the 20. That's bullish. Where's the target? Well, it stopped at this box, right? Where's the next box? Right here. See, I say previous high, but it's just the next little zone where you created a high, where you created these resistance zones. If you remember, we were talking about drawing the pivots. You could draw the pivot points as a way of simplifying a lot of this. Right? That's a little deeper, man. These help you what? Build the boxes and make the connections. Man, I hope you're doing this stuff. Anyway, that's bullish. Oh, you guys that got nervous on this. Oh, I need to sell some. You're all little bitches. You should have held it, man. It's going higher. Stop fucking asking. Like, I got to ask this question. And I'm like, dude, what does the book say? It says if it's above the 20, it's bullish. The 5 hasn't even crossed the 10. The 10 hasn't even crossed the 20. What is the question? It's going up. It's going up. Up. It's above the 20. You're not learning. You need to go get the book, man. And then on Monday, when you come back, you've spent all weekend like you give a fuck and learned it. How about that? Everyone shows up on Monday knowing what the fuck they're doing. I can show a 4th grader. If it's above the green line, it's going up. Period. Until it's below it. When it's below it, it's going down. Look, over here. Going down. Now what? It's switching. It's going up. That's how price moves. Goes sideways, runs up, goes sideways, runs down, goes sideways, runs up. And what you don't know is how high the ups or how low the downs. And that's where the indicators come in to help us. Tell us when it's possibly turning. Look, where did Prague top out when it hit the RSI? Amazing. How could we have known? How could you have known that was the high, sir? It's always the high. The RSI pegs. And you look to the left, you'll find a previous high zone, and that's where you take the profit. That's where it hits, man. Does it every time. Wow, how can you time it? I just told you. You have to stop being stupid. You have to get crayons out. You have to stop watching the Kardashians. Most of you guys know more about football and cars and shit than you do about stocks, man. So just take the brain God gave you and use it on this stuff and apply your knowledge. So you like cars? Good. What about Ford? That one's going up pretty high. Why don't you know about that? You're into hunting? Okay, well, we got gun stocks. We got land stocks. You know, there's stocks you can collect income because they own land. Did you know that? So anything you're interested in right now, there's stocks around it. All you guys that like to day trade and do options on fucking lunatics, you should own DraftKings. You're using Robinhood, you should own the stock, right? And watch the money flow. And every time it comes down into here, buy some. Now look, there it goes. What's it doing? Why do you think it's stopping here? Uh-oh, look, the RSI hit 70. So if you're swing trading Ford, yesterday was the day you were selling some. Right there. Or today. Shit. Today, what am I saying? Yesterday. Your target is hit. How high do you think Ford will go? I just told you, sir. I don't know. Nobody knows. Here's where it'll go, though. It'll go where it went before. You think that's possible? Right to it. RSI pegged. That's the money flow, right? When the RSI hits 70 and you hit a previous high, you start selling. That's exactly what it did, right? And so if you look at Ford, I mean, you can see the pattern, man. There's the money flow. It's running up. Now what do? We're starting to build a box for the stage 3. So let's back it up. Where's the, hold on here. Let's back this up. Hold on. It amazes me that so many weekends pass by and people I know still have trouble with this. Like, what'd you do all weekend, man, besides learn to master the markets? What dumb thing did you spend your time on? What stupid thing did you spend hours on instead of mastering this? I mean, I asked myself this too. Like, how many weekends are going to go by? How many things are going to pass by? And I'm still don't understand Instagram or Twitter or like any of these things, man. Or real estate, like whatever you're putting your mind on, these things that are required outside of life. Like these things, like you see that kid that he was on there, he made like $2 million on Dogecoin. Well, I mean, we can say he got lucky, but he went and found the fucking coin. He put his money in there. Like he took the risk. Like he sought it out, right? And, good on him, man. Or you could still be like, I don't know how to work this thing. Okay, well, he does, and he got $2 million. Now he can watch Kardashians all weekend, right? Is it too late to buy Shiba? The fact that you asked that question, yes, sir. It's too late for you. It's too late for you to buy it because you don't understand how price moves. So you could be bothered by that, or you could this weekend stop not knowing that answer and learn. There's your chance, bro. I just put you on spot. Come Monday, you don't know this, you fucking chose to be stupid. So that's like asking, is Bitcoin at the top? Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. Going on YouTube, type it in. They don't know shit. Here's what you know. When the RSI start, like, this is what this does for you. The certainty. You don't have to ask that question. You'll come over here, and if this is 70 plus, you'll be like, I can't buy that. If I buy up here when it's on 70, that's stupid. What I should do is buy when this is down low, and this creates a box, and I can see the movement of price, right? So once you learn what I'm saying, man, you don't have that question anymore. You know, what do you think of this one? That's not a question. Like, you know the answer to that. So if I'm looking at Hasbro, and let's say I go out and I do some reading, I use the brain God gave me, and I'm thinking, Christmas is coming up. And I notice all the retail stocks are getting smashed. What do we do with that? So I think on it. Start reading. What are all the ways we could play that, man? Retailers, toy manufacturers, right? Shippers. Like, Christmas is coming, man. Well, when would you rather buy it? Well, look at this. We're rather oversold going into, in the next few months, could be their biggest time, right? You think maybe this is an over-exaggeration? Maybe. But if I'm going to try to play that play, don't you want to buy it at the bottom? I'm just thinking. And we want to sell into this kind of shit, right? Has it ever been here before? Yeah, like all of last year. Look how many times it's been there, right? And so now if I'm watching this and I'm taking all this in, now I just need to know, what's the value of this company? I'm not good at reading books. I don't know all that shit. So I could go to Morningstar and I could put the ticker in and they tell me. And you say, well, I don't know what I'm reading. Then don't fucking do anything this weekend, but figure that out. Sit down and go, what is Morningstar? How does this shit work? What is tip ranks? How does this shit work? Right? Don't do anything until you know that answer. Once you know that answer, you just got superpowers over other people as far as value. Like, you can go, and if you were going to flip a house, you would go to Realtor and see, okay, what does a house like this sell for? And you would look. And if it's only 10,000 more than the one you're buying, you don't have a flipper. Duh, right? Well, same in stocks, man. So all that shit, because I get people all the time asking me, should I get into flipping houses or renting houses? The fact that you asked me that question tells me you know what the fuck you're talking about right now. It's two different things. It's like, should I fly an airplane or a helicopter? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. They're two different things, man. They're two completely different things. Are we doing swing trading or day trading? Two completely different things. You're going to look at different time spans, it's completely different, right? That always blows my mind when people act like that's something they can just do. I was thinking about flipping houses. Really? You think much about building porches? No. Well, that's flipping houses. Oh, really? You like painting a lot? No. Okay. That's flipping houses. Get it? Like, it's doing other things than what most people think, man. That's most of these things. Like, instead of saying, should I buy Bitcoin or Dogecoin, you should have been on Shiba Inu. You should be on the next one, man. It ain't that complicated. If that's the game, then play that game. Like, stay on it, follow Reddit, get on these forums, get on some email lists that follow meme stocks. Get that shit together, put them in a chart portfolio, get a fucking pro subscription account, get some money together, put it in a brokerage account, learn to use it, learn these charts, get up in the morning like you give a fuck, and go to work executing on those trades, man. And use portfolio management, position sizing, and fucking stops. And play it. And along the way, there shouldn't be any like, oh, what about that? Like, you should have already worked that out, man, in the training. Like, train. Every day, train. That's how you get good at trading. You fucking train. You train. That's how you do Instagram. That's how you do YouTube. You train. You practice. You put in work. You train with focus of mind. Like, and you're trying to get clearer and clearer and clearer. And it's not about making money. It's about buying down here and selling up here. We can add zeros. If you can't do this with 10 shares, you can't do it with 100 or 1,000 or 10,000. So when I come over here to click buy, I can click 1. I could click 10. I could click 100. I could click 1,000. I could probably click 100,000 before it became a problem with moving the stock. Right? Man, it's beautiful. Man. Do 1% every day, sir. When I hear someone say they make 1% a day, I know I'm talking to a liar. You do not. Don't lie to these people. Let's see. If you have an account at your local library, some offer free Morningstar account. People go to libraries, bro? I guess so. I'm not going to pick on you about the library. I had heard that, though. That's pretty cool. My man said you can get it free. That's pretty damn cool. What ticker is this? This is Hasbro. Now, I don't know where this is going to go, but let's see what is it worth. HAS. We're trying to get ahead of it on the mind. Okay, so it's $113. I'm trying to get $100. It's extremely sold off. It's building up it's coming back into a box. Yeah, so I'm just sharing a trade with you. Sorry if anybody's new. I was trying to fire you up. Trying to get you excited about this. I hate bumping into people and they start talking about, you mentioned stocks and I'm like, how long you been doing it? And they're like 6 months and they're still asking me stupid fucking questions. Like, I'm like, bro, 6 months and you were asking this? Do you care at all if you get good at this? Like, that question should have been answered like day 3 into studying stocks. And I'm like, when the stock market started? No. Maybe you should read some history. See, before you get to be a lawyer, they make you take History 101, Science 101, writing, public speaking. What are they doing? They're training you. So when you come into the market, a lot of you guys don't even own oil stocks. And it's like, what the fuck, man? How can you not own oil stocks? I just do fucking Robinhood. Okay, but maybe expand. Like, look outside of these one particular area and expand, man. Do shit your friends aren't doing. Explain to them what's going on with Exxon and the oil pipelines. And how do you think people get mortgages for houses through mortgage REITs? Like, expand yourself. So, like, if you go in, like this week, you should go read on REITs. No one should ask, hey, what about what do you think of REITs? And I'm like, have you read a book on REITs? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, fuck, man. Why are you asking me if you can't even read a book? Get off your ass. Like, go read a book. Like, read a book on REITs, and you'll know all about REITs. And it's super boring. That's why nobody's done it, because it's really difficult. It's very difficult to read a book on REITs. It's really boring. But guess what? That's how you get $100,000 in REITs, paying you $1,000 a month for doing nothing. It's because you go reading. You go look and learn how to do it, man. Yeah, my dumbest friend only got meme style, chase money quickly. AG&C is trying to break out. So this one I've been trying to get 10 grand into in the last couple months. So I've been buying this every day. You see what I see? Now this is Friday. I'm just trying to get you to think about the weekend. A lot of you guys are going to go fuck it off, and you're not going to know anything more about trading than you knew today. You're not going to know any more history. You're not going to know any hedge fund famous people. You're not going to know who long-term capital management is. You don't know who the first fucking black billionaire in the stock market was. You don't know who, like go learn these things, man. Spend some time on that shit. A lot of you ladies don't even know about the Black Widow of Wall Street. Go read these things, man. They're inspiring. Yeah, these are our targets. This is worth $18 true value. Now, does it get there? Probably not there, but it's going higher, man. Uncle G, I'm taking an online course on economics. Yeah, that's going to make you about dumb as dirt. Who's your, but it's good to take it. I'm just teasing, but it won't help you with trading at all or stocks at all. Economics professors are some of the worst investors on planet Earth. Where's oil? USO. You guys know who? Remember who's your favorite billionaire economist? Who's your favorite one? Who's your favorite billionaire economist? You're like, huh? Yeah, exactly. There are none. The ones that there are went and started hedge funds. Like they went to college, they got a degree in economics, and they went and started a hedge fund. And then they sit around watching charts and momentum all day and with algorithms trading for them. This is oil. Runaway trend. I mean, it's just gone. I mean, you just let this go. We already took profits. Money Flow Gang's up 70% in gush. Last time I checked, well, maybe it's 69 now. What's your opinion? What's your opinion of the Shibu token? Everyone, whenever people ask me that, everyone that knows me knows I'm wanting to come through the screen and punch you right now. Everyone that knows me knows that. Oh, see, and now we got a lady asking me. Now we got this guy asking me. I think it's fine, but I think you should own my book. Because if you own my book, you wouldn't be asking me that question. You'd be taking profits in it right now, and you'd let it come back in. This, when you say, what do you think about, it's this. This is what I think. On all your stupid stocks, all the stocks you guys own, most of them are stupid. This is what I think. This right here. I don't think anything but this. All I think is this. Is it in stage 1, 2, or 3, or 4? That is all I look at. And then I go look at the fundamentals on the stock, right? That's the reading part. You go look, you read on it, you go to the company website, you see what the actual product is, who's the CEO, how are earnings going. I know, this is the hard part. And you look at that, and then you run it through Morningstar, and you run it through Tip Ranks, and you go look around, and you spend some time reading on your stocks. Most of you have never done this. You have never sat and read on your stocks. So if you have 70 stocks, that's a lot of fucking reading. So when you see Buffett say he reads 6 hours a day, why do you think he's doing that? He's trying to keep up with all the information, but you don't need to have it on that level. That's the whole point of having a Tip Ranks or a Morningstar, is we have to trust their analysis. And sometimes I have people say, well, they could get it wrong. So could you. That don't keep you from buying them. Like, okay, like, because someone can get it wrong is not a reason not to buy it. Like, you need some sort of unbiased opinion of a price, because we are so biased. And when you start running it through free shit and going to Seeking Alpha and what little articles on Hood, like those companies have an agenda. It's to sell ads. And most of the time when you read the article down there, it'll say, I don't even have a position in this. Why are you talking about it? Like, they're doing it to sell ads, right? Where if you typically, not all of them, but a lot of analysts, depending on the shop, that's what they get paid to do, is just put out honest opinions on stocks. And then other people will pay for that research. But it's not to sell ads. It's the research itself you're paying for. Happy Friday. Tip Ranks or Morningstar? I mean, I do both, because they both operate slightly differently. But I spend like $2,000 a year on newsletters and not stock picks, though. A lot of you guys want stock picks, man. I don't want your fucking stock picks. I can pick stocks. You don't need someone to pick stocks for you. I mean, you might to get you going, I guess. But if you notice what I do in the money flow, I'm just flowing around what's happening. So I'm trading oil. I want to be buying oil down here, and I want to be selling it up here. So where have we been selling oil? Up in here. Where did we sell it last time? Up in here. Where did we buy it last? Down in here, right? We want to be a buyer on stage 1s, and we want to be selling into this strength. But I don't want to get out until we see this, right? So until we see this, we're going to ride the trade. Do I need to understand OPEC Should I be following King Fahud or whatever his name is on Twitter just in case the king says something that affects oil prices? Or following the oil minister of the Ukraine or of Russia? Do I need to go that far? Do I need to follow all the top five? I mean, you can do all of this and try to, but you don't really need to. You just need to understand what's going on. Just basically read on oil, understand. Right? That's it. And then let the charts do the talking, man. So let's look at XLE. Don't look at triple leverage funds for your fund. Look at the unleveraged. What is everybody talking about a gap, man? Yeah, I've been buying UTSL. My man knows what's up. UTSL. So watch. Why am I buying it now? I want to buy down here and I want to sell up here. So a guy says to me, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? Man, that's not your question. It's what rotation. So if you said, Gerald, what do you think about the UTSL? I'm selling it. Gerald, what do you think about the UTSL? I love it. I'm buying it. See how quickly that can change? So if someone says, what do you think about Dogecoin? I think you should trade it all the time. You want to buy the lows and sell the highs. It doesn't matter if it's a meme, whatever, man, trade it correctly. I mean, we can make fun of that, but if you ran the money flow with GameStop, stop fucking around and just ran the money flow, you'd have made a fuck ton of money. Everybody in the Wealth Squad would have made a shit ton of money if you stick to it, man. So if you're going to follow GameStop, follow it every fucking day. Every day. Buy every breakout, ride it up, take it off on the extreme, get out of it when it comes down, let it come down, let it set up again. Bam, hits the RSI, you take some off, it's rolling over, now you're out. So no one need to ask, what do you think of GameStop? I think that. And so you're going to go through another weekend not knowing shit, not knowing how to do it, but watching a bunch of dumb shit on TV or on your phone, looking at dumb people on Instagram, clicking, and then they won't know this. Then they'll be like, oh my God, we need to vote and get the money from the rich people. We need to get Gerald's money. That's fucking unfair. DraftKings, yes, I added today. It's unfair that Gerald gets this money. There's all these poor people. Let's see. Yeah, man, I love this zone. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Get the book, his book. Oh, Rebel. I thought you were talking about there was a book called that. Let's see. My man said TQ. Yeah, I started adding back on these triples. Not in a full position, though. Yeah, so we're adding to DraftKings. Took some down. Now we're adding it back. This is a core trading position for me, okay? So what happens if it breaks? I'm not going to sell it. If it breaks down and comes back down into here and we do another box, I'll start adding it back again. It's a core trading position. And you say, how do you make something a core? It's got to be a legitimate business. It's not going to go bust. You can't make a penny stock a core position. I mean, you could, I guess, but it needs to be a real business doing real things. That's a real thing, right? DraftKings is real. Like Hood is real. Facebook is real. Uber's real, right? So make sure if these ones that you're doing is core and you're going to ride them down, that's fine. Just make sure they're real businesses, you know. Now, some people, they don't want to do that at all. And that's fine, but you can. I do that. So right now, I'm in a core Facebook position, but now I want to start buying it back. Why? RSI got extreme. So a core for me is just 10 shares. Well, a trade for me is like 15, 20 shares. So what do we do now? Now we got to start putting it back on. You know, are we building a box? Has it ever been here before? Look at this. Hell yeah. So we had a box here before, there, and now here we are again. So Facebook, easy target, 380. What do the financial people think it's worth? But there's a lot of negative stories. Yeah, I like those. These stories said that it's addictive. Good. Okay. So is eating. So is cigarettes and beer. So is CNBC, the idiots doing the interview. Like, A lot of things are addictive, man. I'm kind of dig my car. I don't like walking. Like, we need it. This is people's entertainment. Billions of people use this website, man. I doubt it's going anywhere. So, 380. How did Monday's Facebook lockout affect its stock? Any input on that, G? Lockout. Looks fine. It's at 331 today. I'd be a buyer right here, man. I'd be a buyer. How did Monday's... let's see. Oh, B. What's up, Michael? He said BBBW? Oh, why? Bro, you're on the wrong channel for the BBBW. Let's see. Man, that looks like shit. I'm going to wait on this. You need a better box, man. This thing can't even get above the 5-day. If you do nibble here, you got to go small, man. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's still going down. MACD's turn. That's saying maybe this is the bottom. I'd really like to see it get above this 5. Everybody caught that as a pervert. Let's see. Avoid those guys, ladies. Let's see. Yeah, I'd give this a minute, bro. I see what you I mean. You're trying to catch the retail. I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same. I'm in Hasbro and I'm looking for some other candidates. So I like the trade. I like the here's Target. We're seeing the same thing. Look, it's stopping right where it stopped before. We love that. So we got Bed Bath Beyond, we got Target, we got Walmart. I'm guessing we got Ross. There's shit tons of these. I don't even know, man. Yeah, be putting that Christmas trade together now. Some of you guys do those long-term leaps and long-dated options. Now's the time to do that. You got Bed Bath Beyond, Hasbro, Walmart, Target, like Kohl's. Like, you could go out there, man. Dillard's. I don't know. Does Dillard's still trade? KSS for sure. I mean, start putting these together. You could put together a little. You got time too. Like that. Look, some of them are laggards. Hanes brand or Hasbro bounced, but Target hasn't bounced. FedEx hasn't bounced. This is part of the Christmas trade here too, man. 220. I don't know, man. I like this setup, man. I like it. I don't know if other people... How come none of you guys called me with this? My main trading man called me today nervous. He's nervous about the market. And I'm like, man, what are you talking about? Look at this. Look what I'm seeing. I see a lot of opportunity, bro. We got FedEx. We got Nike. Look at all these retailers. People punished them for Christmas early, man. Why are we doing that? You got Nike. Oh, look at Nike put in the box. And you say, Gerald, what about the box? It's easy. You need 4 candles where it stops. Now I had a guy the other day go, but it ain't the absolute bottom. I was like, okay, I got to block you. I can't talk to you anymore, man. You're too stupid to talk to. Now, he's new to trading. And his complaint was, yeah, but you didn't buy right there. No shit, Sherlock. If I could do that every time, I wouldn't be talking to you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that ain't possible, man. So we need evidence. And so what I'm looking for is price to put in a box that tells me, yeah, maybe we found a bottom. At the 200 is gold. We all know that. That's extra weight. That's just a little bump. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't want to make it a hard, fast rule, but that is a spot where stocks tend to stop in a bull market. And when they're in a bear market, which is what my new book is about, they come up and hit it, and then they go sideways. Well, in a bull market, they come down. I just gave you guys a fucking $1 million right there. What I just said to you, if you get what I just said, could do a seminar on that. Travel in the country. And once it breaks, reverse it. Okay? And it works best not with biotechs. It's got to be big companies, legit businesses. Dividends are even better. Dividend stocks, when they hit that 200, stop. Period. And if they're undervalued by 20, 30% and the S&P's breaking out, you can fully anticipate they're going to recover probably and run to there. And that's how I originally started doing the money flow, was tackling those big stocks. Dogs of the Dow, big ones, big juicy ones. That's what you're looking for. And now look, all the moving averages are coming together, but my day to buy would have been right there, sir. Sorry, it wasn't the absolute total bottom. Probably there. Missed it by 50 cents. We were talking about this on the live right there. There's your reversal candle. Take your first position. You're moving up. Take your second. Keep adding to it. Once it breaks, you're done. Don't do anything. That's it. Don't be the guy go, what do you think of this stock? What do you mean, what do I think of the stock? I think this. So once it's broke and running up, I no longer think anything. It's going to heaven. I do nothing. Nothing. I mean, the only reason I would violate this is if you're investing in index funds. You buy when you have money. That's how that game works. And if you're trying to build a Bitcoin position, like, don't try to time it. Just start fucking adding money to Bitcoin. Every day, buy Bitcoin. And when you get a big enough position, we can worry about the money flow. But trying to worry about it when you got $500 is just silly. Like, just get Bitcoin. And then over time, we'll worry about it. And then we'll focus on all these buys that when they come together. Look. Holy Jesus. If you just bought every Bitcoin breakout, everybody's like, what do you think I shoot? Like, man, you don't even need all the memes. Like, if you just did this on Bitcoin and just keep doing it, just keep doing it, you would have so much money right now. Just back up 2 years and do that. Like, you'd have so much money right now. You don't even need other shit, man. This thing moves so big, man. It's incredible. Let's see. Trying to get rich as fuck and write GP a big check. I like that. Me and Michael have met in person. I've met a few of you on here in person. Let's see. And then I always ask, who's got their Bitcoin? Nobody has one on them. Lazy bastards. Go buy a Bitcoin, put it in your pocket. Start carrying it with you. And when I ask you for it, you ain't got it. You got to buy me beer all night long. That's going to be a new rule. Or I kick them out of the event. Let's see. Okay, let's look at Peloton. That got smashed. Then I got to go do it. I got a driveway being put in today. If you caught on to that in my Instagram yesterday. Putting in 14 grand for a new driveway. That hurts. I could buy a lot of Peloton with 14 grand. So Peloton came right into the previous low. That's the exact spot it bounced and ran last time. So, and it's shoring up. It is a buy right now. PTON is a buy. So is T-Doc. So is Zillow. All these are buys right now. Let's see. Leave. Oh, is this Levi Strauss? No. Shotfinger LEV. Oh, Lion Electric. Ugh. Boy, you like ugly stocks. Don't buy this, man. Are you crazy? It's going straight down. Look, straight fucking down. It just blew through support. I mean, if you're in it, it's already down, but LEV is, let's see. Don't add to this. What is this? I'm guessing it's I don't know, some sort of electric company, huh? Don't add to that, bro. I'd hold up on that. BTBT. BBBW. Yep, stage 2 breakout. Bit digital. I mean, you know this one. This is an easy play here. So let's say you're watching this. This is your stage 2 breakout if you have the book. I mean, this classic stage 2 breakout right there. Short-term trader, first target, more likely my target. And then I watch the RSI. RSI goes extreme. I take some down. And then I hope that we hit the next target, which would be 18. That extreme's going to come right there. You don't even need it on your screen. It'll come right there. You're almost always going to get an extreme reading at a previous high. Almost always. Like, it's almost unanimously, almost always. So, that's how that works. Yeah, I got mixed signals on these. I got mixed signals. He said it's, oh, but it's not real. It's those coin Bitcoins are only like $9, bro. They're not expensive. It's not a gold one. Could get gold, I guess. No, DDD. What are we doing? Are we still trading it? 3D systems, huh? It's a buy here. It's just starting. Stage 1. Previous, yeah. I don't like the chart though, man. Yep, you could trade it though. He's trying to catch one of these big pops. This stock is known for doing this. You know, you just gotta, you see what I'm saying? Like, you see that big move, see that big move, see that big move. Now, what happened? This is just reading the chart. After, most of the time after it, or at least 2 out of 3, we could run it back and keep going further back and back and back and just try to get a feel for the way the stock is moving. Has it ever been here before? Yep. There's a reversal candle. Now it's closing above the 5. You got a little box here. That's my stage 1, right? So if I'm analyzing it, when you say, what do you think of this stock? That's what I'm doing. Can I find a stage 1? Is it worth more money than it's trading? Well, that's an ugly one. Yeah. So this one's going sideways. 32 target. Maybe a little further down. You got a couple targets here. I like that. So what do they value it at? I'm going to say $42. Oh. They don't like it, bro. I got to dig into this. You need to know why. See, the fundamentals look bad. So we got to go figure that out. Maybe they're wrong. Or maybe you have a reason to believe they're wrong. Then, that takes on a different game, man. All right. Zev says OPHC is going to explode within the next month. Apparently he's a fucking mind reader. Way under cash value and about to have their best quarter ever. We have a person who can actually read the future on here. This is a rare event. We have an actual psychic. So let's see. OPHC. Actual psychic, guys. You don't get this very often. You're a little late, sir. You should have told us about this earlier. So, without being a psychic, if you just do the money flow, you'd have been a buyer right in here, right? Moving averages come together. There's this target. What do we think it's worth? OPHC. So I'm guessing this is like this guy works for him or something. Come on, man. What kind of bullshit you bringing us? They don't even have analyst coverage, bro. Come on, man. See? Now, we don't even have analyst coverage on it. What do we do now? How do we know anything about the stock? So now you're going to have to do the research yourself. And if that's your thing, that's cool. If it's not your thing, more like the opposite of... And sir, I pick on people, so Don't take it personal. Some people like the abuse. Thoughts on the BTC 4-year cycle? All bullshit. What's your opinion on BTC following previous year's price fractals? All bullshit. Did we exit Sava? No. Don't worry about the cycles of Bitcoin. Follow the money flow. And when it's time, it'll tell you. It'll sell. You'll get a sell signal. Don't worry about that shit. It'll have you doubting your own system. You'll be like, yeah, but the 4-year cycle says, or the Elliott wave, or the Wycliffe cross, or the fucking golden hammer seal reversal flux capacitor flipped over and said this. Don't bring in any of that. None of that. Just watch it. If it's breaking out, buy it. If it's breaking down, either hedge it or cut it back. It's simple. Any REITs you like long term? All of them. I mean, AG&C is my bad boy. It's my baby. Let's see. Yeah, LVS. I would be adding to LVS. Look at that. It's breaking out. This is a $52 stock, man. Now, we're going to run into problems up in the 40s because it got bumped back down. But it's got this. This is a bottom, LVS. I'm pretty positive. Every time I see your screen name, I think Donut Eater. Donut.enter. But that's not how I read it. I read it Donut Eater. And it's really unfair to pick on like police officers about donuts. Like everyone likes donuts, man. Like every human being likes donuts. Right? Let's see. So, yeah, Las Vegas Sands win. You ever met anybody who's like, nah, I don't really like donuts? Let's see. Win. Same chart. Exact same thing. Shiba. Be a lot of people naming their next kid Shiba. What's your dog's name? Shiba. Shiba. Got Shiba license plate on my Corvette. As soon as I hit that money, as soon as that big, I went and bought a Corvette. This kid on, you guys watch Gamble Nation, he went and bought a Corvette. First thing, Corvette. I guess I can't blame him. He was 18, but it's funny he bought an old man's car, man. Hey, why'd you buy a Corvette, man? It's like a 50-year-old's car. I like Corvettes, but it's mostly old dudes in cars, Corvettes. I thought he would have went with something a little, I don't know. He's 18. Aston Martin, Ferrari. I don't know. Maybe a Ferrari's an old man's car, too. I don't trust any motherfucker who don't love donuts. Right. That's it, man. That's all I got. These horrible stocks, Wish, I'm sitting on them, too. I told a guy the other day, I don't have an answer on Wish. This is a retailer. If they don't do good, it's going to be bad. If you're underwater in this, I'm significantly underwater in this. I know a lot of traders are underwater in this. Don't try to add a whole bunch down here to get back to even super fast. We got time, dude. So you can take your time. You can get a little bit of it back on the next money flow cycle. Get a little bit of it back on the next money flow cycle. You get what I'm saying? Like you can trade your way out of it. Just sit on it. And it's a box now. So start throwing 5. I mean, dude, just buy 10 shares. Even 10. If it moves sideways for a couple weeks and then does its break, you will have brought that price point down. And look, even if you're underwater and this stock runs up and hits that 70, take some off. I just blew half of your minds, right? You read the book. You tell me you understand the system. You go, yeah, I get it. But when it runs up and you're underwater, you're like, well, I'm not selling that. I'm underwater. Okay. And then it comes down. Now, you don't have to sell because it's coming down. But the fundamental of your stock could have changed. No one cares where you bought it, right? The analysts don't care. If the stock doesn't care, nobody gives a fuck. That's only in your head. When it runs up, you could still be underwater, and it's overvalued at the moment in the current market cycle with the way the S&P is, the way interest rates are, the way the market is treating that sector. If you catch a 70 RSI and that sector has been getting banged, take some down. You can put it back on when it comes back down, man. You can do that. It is okay. That will confuse people, and they'll sit on or not take gains. Let's say you were underwater here, and they'll go, well, I can't buy that new stock breaking out because I don't have any money. And it's like, no, you should be taking it from the one that's banging the high RSI, because look, it then came back down. Well, that's a month. That's a month of trading. You can come back to it in a month, man. You get what I'm saying there? It's not instant. If you're trading the way I do. So, like, let me give you a good example. Let's look at alt. Is alt a good one? Let's say you bought over here and it gets smashed. What are we waiting for? It to go sideways, right? And let's say it goes sideways. But let's say you're like, fuck that stock. I'm not buying any. And you don't buy any. Okay. Now it's breaking out. When it gets to here, guess what that is with the money flow? Sideways up, sideways down, right? It's that. It's that. The true value could still be way up here, but it's going to go through 20 of these before getting there. Get it? So this game could play out for years and years of it doing this, and then going sideways, and then running up, and then going sideways. So what if this is when you got in, you got smashed, you didn't buy any here, it breaks out, and now it's extreme. You can sell some. And you're like, oh, but I'm at a loss. You were already at a loss. You were at a loss the whole way down. This is an extreme. Even though it's below where you paid, it is at an extreme price. It's going to pull back. So you take some of that off. You're playing your balance, not stocks. And you roll that to something that's already doing this. So you get 2 months down the road. An example would be like right now. Right now that's setting up. But let's say you were looking at this. So you'd be taking from and then what? Adding to. Man, I hope you get what I just said, man. If you get what I just said, I'm going to save you a lot of heartache. Now, most people cannot do what I just said. They cannot trim a loser. If you can easily trim a loser, you will always have an advantage. Because the money flow is not where you bought it. It's the pattern of price movement. Okay? Look at this. Is that not perfect? Is that not like what I've been teaching forever and ever? That right there. Yes. So keep that in mind. And so you could be a little upside down in a cycle or two. Well, let's say on alt, like we said, you didn't buy on that last one. You're just learning the money flow. You watch a lot of Kardashians. You spend most of your day doing completely stupid, unproductive things. So you don't really study as much as you should in the markets. You don't have any conviction, right? You're not really convicted about it. So you didn't buy over here. You didn't believe the fundamental research. That hurt your feelings all the way down here. Well, let's say that's not the case and you're like, man, I like this stock. You don't have to back up the truck just because it went down. Just buy like 20 shares, man. I mean, it could be anything. From a winner, move it over. But don't let it get too big. But whatever it was dollar-wise up here, it's now lowered in your account so you can put some back on and still be the same weighting, right? So if you had 5,000 here, it's not 5,000 here. It's a lot less, so you could get back to 5,000 here if you wanted to. And then when it came back up here, you're at a lot more than 5,000. But you can't do that game with every fucking penny stock. Some are going to zero. Some are not going to make it. Lloyd's. There's a bunch of them. You've seen it. They completely collapse. They don't come back. They go to pennies and pennies, and they go to fucking penny heaven. So you can't make this kind of bold conviction stand on every stock without really studying it, man. Making sure, like I can say this on Uber because I'm completely convinced and totally willing to lose all the money that I have there. And I'm willing to do the back up the truck, sell some Uber, back up the truck, sell some Uber. Like I'm completely willing to do that because I trust this cycle. I trust the money flow. I trust the stock. I trust the rating agencies I'm looking at, my own self, my own position sizing and portfolio management. And sometimes, I've gotten shit wrong and I just eat it. I'm going to make it up with the other ones, man. So, you get us, like I had people just freaked out about, remember BXRX? I'm like, bro, I've got about a dozen of those in the last 20 years. You don't think you're going to get stocks that go to fucking zero? If you're taking high risk, you are. That's why the size on that has to be small. You don't buy the same amount of a penny biotech as you do of AT&T. Like, that's not the same thing. Right? So you're using risk money. So when a guy says, what do you think of Shibu? Put $1,000 in it. I mean, who gives a fuck? Who cares? You lose $1,000. Go back, go work, get it back. So if you're going to do crypto, where's my, and I only put half of the portfolio in here in case some fucking crypto hackers. I would advise you to have more than one. So if you go to the crypto section, I keep the majority of my Bitcoin in a private, not private, but in another account that has nothing else in it but Bitcoin. Wait, where'd it go? All right. So in this account, look at the size of some of these. They're tiny, man. Right? You're like, what do you think of that? Yeah. Buy some. Right? And you say, well, why do you trade these? Because I have charts for these. I like them. I went and read on them, read the story, listened to it, see who made it, go to YouTube channel, deep dive it, read it, try to use it, go to their website, fuck around with it, see if it works. Like this file coin's pretty interesting. You're doing social file sharing. It's pretty neat. And you go read on it. You try to understand it. Like the GRT is like the Google of crypto. That's a pretty cool story, right? And you go through, what is Polygon? And, you guys all know this that are into it. But instead of saying, what do you think about that coin? Here's what I think. I think that. I think the money flow. So I go put it in. So what do I think of Filecoin today? Let's look. So I approach it just like a stock. How many, oh, look, stage 2 breakout, right? And we've been saying this all week, or I have been. I've been texting you like all these cryptos are about to break out. They're probably going to follow Bitcoin into the weekend. So where's my target? Well, if we're trading this, I swing trade these alts, but when I first started doing them, I didn't sell into any sell-offs. And people say, why didn't you sell? I'm trying to accumulate positions big enough that they're worthy to trade. Right? I'm not trading at $200, man. I want thousands. So when it runs up and does a 2x, good. We take $2 or $3 grand off, hold $1,000, let it come back down to do what? Put it back on, man. Right? And you push that money either to a new one or to the dollar and wait. And so go pick these. So here's what I do. I track 40 something coins every day. And every day I get asked about coins that aren't on here. And I go, I don't know. Fuck off. I'm following these coins right here. And I'm following all of them. These 60 coins. These are the ones I'm following every day. So twice a day, I come in here twice a day and I start scanning them. And you go, what about this one? I don't know about that one. 1 inch. And then as I read and study the market, I add new ones to it as they come on my radar. Aave. It's a stage 2 breakout. You should be buying this right now. This, look, target 420. So as we go down, we can look at ADA right now. Stage 2 breakout, man. Target $3. These are all breakouts, man. Just go down the list. And I've sent them to our group, Money Flow group, and said, listen, all these altcoins right now are buys, man. I can't buy them all, though. I've been targeting this one pretty heavy. So anytime there's a sell-off, I'm targeting particular coins to try to get the balance bigger, so that I'm not selling them every sell-off, so that I can sell it down the road sell-off. Sorry, I'm over here. Just playing around with Twitter and I keep knocking over the damn stand. So get some sizing before you worry about trading in and out of them. That's my advice. Stop worrying about them going to zero. Stop with that shit. Like, settle that this week. Bitcoin's not going to zero. Stop saying that. It's stupid. And when you think that, say, why am I so stupid? Let's see. Aave, they're all, well, this one doesn't. Aave's had a great run. This is a stage 3. I'd be taking gains from this, but the problem is you can't do that as easy in crypto. I'd be taking gains from this and rolling it into one of these other coins, man. Look at Balance, Balancer. I mean, all these, man. All of these. All you guys on here should have crypto. If you don't, I can't come. I don't know. I don't understand it. You could just push the button. You could learn everything you need to know about Bitcoin this weekend. Seriously. Go watch Michael Saylor. Get the Bitcoin standard, go through it, and then we can end this conversation, and you'll be making money with everybody else. The crypto portfolio is up 20% this week. This week, man. This week. 25%. What do you trade crypto on? It don't matter what platform, man. Whichever one you'll click the button on, sir. Whichever one you get up, you're going to get off your ass and watch it and click the button. So I watch all my coins on stock charts, right? Using the money flow. My platform don't matter. It's the fact that you don't own my book and you're not using it. So that's what matters. So I can't talk to you until you buy it. That's what matters, that you need the book. The platform doesn't matter, man. It's whatever one you'll push your fat thumbs into the screen. That's the one you should use. There's tons of good platforms, man. Let's see. I bought some. Oh, yeah, Nokia. That was one I put out last week. Where are we at on Nokia? Come on, man. We're going to that 620 target. Nokia. It's a $7 stock. Easy 620s. This is an easy 1,000 share stock. When it comes down, we cut it back. When it comes in, we start adding to it. And now we're looking for 620, man. Yeah, man. Shiba. I'm 20 to 30% Bitcoin and Ether. Good move. I like that. And then add some altcoins. And there you go. Let's see. Yep, Nokia, BlockFi. I got a referral link. Trying to hijack my life, man. That's dirty. He probably ain't even bought my book. Candle Kid, you bought my book, bro? That's dirty business. If we were on the streets, I'd be busting caps in you right now. Pop, pop. Money flow game. Be a drive-by. That's it, bro. I would have done a 187 on you right there. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. You guys be good. I hope you have a good weekend. If you check out my story, I'm going to, it moves slow. Nokia is a core trading position for me because when this thing runs, it has some big moves, but it is a foreign stock, so it's kind of wanky on the charts. But I love trading it because it's somewhat safe and volatile. It'll go up $3, $4, $5 on a $5 stock. So, but it does it slow as hell. Catch my stories this week. I got a driveway coming in. Got this house we're finishing up. I'm about to get it rented. I'm going to do some whiteboards tonight, maybe on just what I did to remodel. Not remodel. It just was the person had lived there 9 years. Let's go to that real quick. So the person had lived here 9 years. That's the one I'm selling right there. Hopefully, and we keep pushing back the closing date. Let's see. This is that one that was on my story this morning. I paid 89 grand. They got it going for like 149 now. That's probably a little high. It rents for 210, positive cash flow every month. But it was on 2 acres. I knew down the road, dude, you could make the house bigger. You could build another house. It's a 2-acre yard with utilities. So that was like getting the house for 50 grand because I knew the 2 acres was going to be worth 50 grand easy in my area in a few years. So, and you got a tiny house on 2 acres. That was dumb money. That was one of the easiest dumbest deal. Like, I couldn't even believe this was on the MLS. You take it off? Sorry, we got some remodels going. Let's talk real estate real quick. So this was a deal, like, it's a tiny house. Like, who wants to rent a 700 square feet house? But people do. It's just the fact that it was on 2 acres. So the fact that it's on 2 acres makes it more valuable down the road for me. Easy. So the way I saw it, it was like getting a house in an acre and a free acre and getting paid to do it. Where's the one that I'm talking about? The one I'm working on right now. Right here. So if you watch my story, this is the one I'm working on. And we're going to take it back to this. So this was after the last time we, remodeled and everything. It's going to be nicer this time. I try to make them look nicer each time. Better lighting. When I first buy it, I may or may not go that hard on some of those things. It just depends on the situation. These are old pictures. It's going to look a lot better. But this driveway here, I own that house back there and the one behind the corner. So they kind of all three share this driveway, but it's fucking $14,000 for a driveway, man. 14 grand. You get no more rent for that. Nobody's going to go, oh, what a nice driveway. I think I'll pay more rent. Nobody does that. So you get no more rent on a driveway. None. Same with a roof. The renter doesn't give a shit about your roof. That's your responsibility. So they'll pay more for countertops and new light fixtures and it's painted and, nobody cares about the roof. And those are the things that cost the landlord the most. The pipes in the ground, the roof, the sidewalk. And so, but here's the thing. To an investor, to the bank, to the people that I would refinance with, that shit's important. They want to know the age of the roof, the age of the structure, how old's the driveway, right? So that will improve the property. And I'm probably going to go and try to sell all 3 of these properties to one buyer. I'm going to experiment with that idea. I may put it out with a feeler. But I don't want to give anybody like some kind of big ass discount. I don't see any reason to do that. They're all 3 beautiful. And this one will be today. Anyway, I'll show you on the story how the driveways come. They're supposed to have busted out all this concrete today. We'll go see how that's going. Yeah, it's CapEx, like my man said. And if you watch the videos I did the other day on Instagram where I was talking about holding costs, some people budget for CapEx. You should budget if you own a bunch of properties for CapEx. I'm an earner and I keep large reserves and I have a large amount of money in the stock market. So I don't spend a lot of time just sitting on big piles of cash in case I need a driveway. Like, I would rather sell some stock or sell something that I've had invested for 5 years that's made money to cover this cost than to necessarily go borrow it. And so as my money comes in, I put it back to work. And so I'm not necessarily setting aside for CapEx like a big company might. If you own an apartment building, you better. The roof's going to be $60,000 and you got to pay cash. Like, you got to write a check. Or the driveway could be $100,000. And so if you own this apartment building for 10, 15 years and you're not prepared for that, that's what causes people to sell them, because they know the buyer can finance all of that shit. Or they go back and reappraise it and borrow money on CapEx. Like, you can do that. There's different ways of playing that game, man. Do you have inspections in your rental contracts? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they get it renewed every 6 months. I put everybody on a 6-month contract at first. That way I can inspect it in 6 months. And if you're living like a pig, I got to kick you out. If you're living like a civilized person, you get to stay. And by that I mean, if I get in there and I can see chaos, they got to go. I have 0 chaos, 0 drama policies. That's like, you should have no drama, man. No drama that other people know about. Let's see. Won't the driveway make the place sell easier? Yes, Tony got it right. Because an investor would bang me up over that driveway. I mean, there's potholes. It's jacked up. He's going to be like, yo, you're coming off the price. So I'm trying to get it where there ain't shit they can say. Like they look at the electrical. Whoa, all brand new boxes. They look at this. All nice. Roof, 4 years old. Driveway, brand new. Right? And I want a premium price. So I own my house is free and clear. How would you suggest I leverage to get another property? HELOC. HELOC? Nah, man. Just go borrow money on one of your rentals. Do an equity out. Go pull 50% on it. Don't do that cash for real estate until you're rich, man. You need to grow. You need to spread your money out. I got a video I just did the other day on should I pay on YouTube. Should I pay cash for a house or should I borrow on a house? If you borrow on a house, you will get 5, 10, 20 times richer. Paying cash for houses is stupid. It is stupid when you're first growing. You cannot do that. It is dumb. That's for people who are scared, who don't know how to invest. Don't do that. Go learn how to invest. You want to leverage your money, man. Yeah, you want to leverage your money. And then it's all tax-free. If you pay cash, you will pay taxes on that house. What do you do for a living? I live. What do you do? I live to trade, homie. All I do is this. Real estate, flip houses, land, stocks, invest. You know, anything I can do to make money, to get money, to make money, to do money. No, don't do zero down, man. You got to do 20% down. So all of these I did 20% down. So I want you to think about that. That's not a lot of money, man. I mean, these are not really expensive houses. 120, 130,000 at the most. I mean, I'm getting them cheaper than that because they're all jacked up. I go in there and work on them, fix them, make them nice. But it takes me 3-4 months. And so I buy 1-2 a year. And that's where I spend my days after I trade. I'm leaving right now to go work on a property. And I'll work there all day and then come home tomorrow and get up and do stocks and then go work on a property. And when I get home, I read on stocks. And when I'm working on properties, I'm listening about stocks. He says, where is this? All right, I know a lot of you guys live in this little place called your hometown. But if you were to take the Realtor app and open it, take your fingers and hit the button. You just hit the button. Even if you have really fat fingers, you can just hit it. It'll open. And on Realtor, you can go all over America and find houses really cheap. Des Moines. If you go to Des Moines, Iowa, right? So you go look over here. Here's the city site. You go look. You're going to see the average house in Des Moines is about, let's see. I misspelled it. My fat fingers. Look, I just bought some in New Orleans. Man, let me kick this Twitter here. So, Cali's too high. Why don't you guys move, man? I don't understand why you stay somewhere to be broke. I moved to the town I'm in to buy houses. So let me show you something. Let me show you guys something. This is serious business. This is exactly how I became a millionaire. I left the shitty town that I lived in, that you couldn't buy properties in. Here we are in Des Moines, Iowa. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I just randomly put it in the fucking MLS. And people go, how do you find houses? Where are they? They're so hard. I come to MLS and I type it in. And I go, show me everything under 130. And you say, why is that? Because I got that much for a down payment. I got $26,000. So I can do 130. And then it pulls up all the houses that are in the 130 range. So here's one for 84. All right, let's click that. Well, that looks nice. It's going to need some work. The roof's probably old. And we're going to bang this guy up. But they've probably got it fairly priced to sell. So we come down. It was built in 1949. These are these old houses. Estimated payment, $500 a month for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 11. Now let's go. How much do they rent in this area? So let's do Des Moines, Iowa. Right? All right, now these are nice ones, so we can't look at those. We got to take it down to the shitty houses. We just start coming through. Oh, look at this. That's a ghetto apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, $650. Our payment was what? $500. So these dummies would rather live in this apartment than own their own home in this town. That makes no sense. So as we come down looking, okay, so we know what 1 bedroom, 1 bath's going for, $650, $900. Well, we need to go to 2 bedroom. Look, starts going up, $750. Remember, our cost was going to be $500 a month if we put 20% down. So just a cursory glance into Des Moines and these cash flow. Like you can find tons of them. Let's go to property, not any, just go to single family only, price. Dude, it won't even let you go that low. It's fucking up on me. How many we get come up? Come on, man. I'm not on the web app. If you do this on the app, it goes a lot easier. All right. Let's see. Look at this one. It's the goddamn mansion. 5 bedroom. You could turn this into 5 houses. Let's see. 94,000. That one needs some work though. That needs some work, man. We already know that.